Okay. Okay. Hey, tell me something. I don't have the video on. So does it just show the background of Hawaii without me, or what does it show when I don't have the? Okay. Because I don't want to comb my hair today, so I said, okay. Okay, thank you very much. All right, all right, all right, you too. All right, today, uh, I didn't. Wait a minute. Did she mute me, or am I up? Oh, Alan.
Sorry about that. You're still unmuted. I was looking to see if I could see everything on Facebook or not. So anyway, you were asking me. Sorry.
Wait a minute. Am I muted? Oh no.
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. 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 So I was asking. Okay. Yeah. I decided to just leave out the video tonight. They can see a profile picture of me, and we just do it that way tonight.
Well, that sounds good because I'm pretty not great looking myself tonight either, so I left my video off. So we've got profile. Faces that only a mother could love and only belong on radio.
Yeah. So my dad said, "Oh, talk about relationships." I said, "I don't want to talk about relationships. I want to, because I didn't tell him I already have a topic. I mean, but the other thing was like, well, they're women though, so."
Now I will tell you, I'm on my phone currently, so I'm not going to be able to do too much from here. I've got a bunch of tabs open on my computer because I've been doing a bunch of stuff, getting prepared for tomorrow morning. My first assignment is due in college. And so, yeah.
And no, that'll work. So anyway, okay, so I can tell you tonight we're invited in this TuneCore meeting, and what was the topic? Because I could tell you what it was about, but the topic.
Well, TuneCore was slated to have a meeting. It looks like they had it, but I couldn't find the thing, so I went ahead and I left them a message. And they got back with me and they said, "Oh yeah, sure, it's there." And I said, "Well, tell me where it is. Do you have tutorials?" But anyway, the original was to get ourselves into a place where recording artists and musicians can get their stuff put onto the radio. There's a bunch of services and places out there that'll take care of that. There's a bunch of up and coming ones as well. A lot of them do look like they're going to be paid services. So I'm wondering if the best possibility may not be to just go ahead and be one of those individuals. Set folks up.
Well, okay. This is just for you. So I tried the Facebook and wasn't that accessible. So I know my YouTube always works. So I went on my phone, hit the YouTube, and it took me straight there. So sometimes if it doesn't work on my computer, I always know I can. And I'm glad that they gave that link, the option of Facebook, YouTube, or you can click on directly. And the first two, clicking directly and Facebook, wasn't working for me either. So then I went to the YouTube and I got on my phone, clicked that, went in, and what they were talking about, and some what Mother's Day? What about it? Huh? Oh, a topic Mother's Day.
Well,
No,
Mother's
no.
Day is coming up, folks.
Yeah. But let's get back to the TuneCore meeting first, then Mother's Day. Okay. So the participants, it was this famous I guess female promoter, producer, and then there was this guy, I guess he was on The Voice, and that's how he got discovered on The
Oh,
Voice.
yeah. Okay.
And I'm not sure who the other guy was. I said, well, I'll just ask Alan, but so I didn't go hard to look for his name. And they had they had an open question, stuff like that. And I was just for real. I was gonna say, well, Alan's gonna ask the question, so I'm gonna just sit back and relax. Oh man.
Oh, darn it, man. I wish I would have been able to find it.
No, man, yeah. But no problem. But okay, so one of the things I got out of this was, okay, they're saying like, how, okay, of course they got gazillion fans. And and on my Facebook, I have so many people that, they like the pictures. Especially my wife, she puts up pictures and all that kind of stuff. I used to have people, not so much now. I used to argue with a lot about political things whenever I would find time, because sometimes I'll say my point and then I'll go away for an hour or two and then come back. Oh, they said something, so I got to say something back, and then go away thinking that it's over, and then they come back and say something else.
Right.
And so I had those people, and then I don't know if they're tired or if they went away or what. And then my kids would see it, and then they said, well, we should go beat that guy up. And I said, or a little stupid, disagreement, just chill out. Especially my stepson, he likes to go, he wants to go box. I said, just chill out, relax. So they were saying like developing relationship. Now, of course, you don't want to be boxing with your fans.
No.
So and then he says, and I heard this twice yesterday on YouTube. I was listening to a guy that gives me a lot of information about the SBA grants and loans, and he was saying that I guess he's given his personal number to a few people, and he says that they would sometimes text him at 11 o'clock at night, and he says, hey, you guys, don't text me at 11 o'clock at night. And I'm thinking like, these people must really think that you're part of the family, because before my wife came here, I used to have musicians or artists. They would call, this one guy, Casey, he would call me at 2 o'clock in the morning when he got back from the club.
Oh, sure.
Now when I was single, no problem.
No problem. I mean, I could have that happen all day long.
Yeah. So, but now that she's there, she says, what? She gets mad if I wake her up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let alone. So now we take the phone off the hook just in case they forget. Right?
That's absolutely right.
So, but it's like, but this guy was saying that, these people are texting them like, 11 o'clock and he said like, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, those times are the time to text. But my wife said, well, it's because they're not culture. And I said, I don't know if it has anything to do with their culture.
You got to say that your wife every morning need to wake up early and go to job.
Oh, okay. So my wife early in the morning needs to get up and go to work, and that's why she didn't like 2 o'clock in the morning job calls.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even when I worked at the morning, it didn't bother me. I'm just that kind of person. You can wake me up, and then I talk, and then I say, "Hey, it's time to go back to bed," and then boom, I'll hang it up. So anyway, this guy was saying, and I was just surprised that he gave out his private number to these people who didn't understand that after 10 o'clock he wasn't taking any calls. So So I was like, I was going somewhere with this, but yeah. So in this call, on this, oh yeah, that's where I was going. So these the fans, he says he can really connect with some of his fans, and sometimes he will have them call him because I think he has a separate number for fans and so forth, and so he would talk to them to make that connection. And then they also brought up that, okay, so what if you want to take a break, right? And they said that they develop like one Facebook or one YouTube for a family. You might even change your name, change whatever picture, whatever. So only your family and close friends can contact you on that one. And then the other one, you have it for your fans who who will recognize you and all that kind of stuff. And so that's so what I was getting, like, you're building up relationships to make them a lifelong fan and get them to the point where, hey, you put out something and they're ready to go buy it.
That's right.
Now I don't know if Mike Johnson, because I sent it to you and Mike Johnson, and I think I might have sent it to Tony Romo as well. But so I'll talk to them and find out later on if they were able to find a call. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then let's see, it was something else that she was saying. Oh, and then it would say, like, some people, they put out a song every week. And that's kind of interesting because we have an artist now that his album is ready. He dropped it in Dropbox, and I sent him an email saying, well, do you want to release it in October, or just tell me your thoughts about it? Because he's another artist that we're going to be doing, trying to get him into the top 200 Billboard. And there was a concept of, like, okay, if you have this many songs, putting out a song a week leading up to the final release.
Yeah, and that's a good strategy to take. That's why singles are really important. You can take a 12-song album or a 15-song album and release it over time, one single a week, and lead up to the full release of the album.
But that's a lot of space, isn't it?
You can have bonus tracks on the album that will be available only on the album. And
yes.
Yeah, it's a really awesome thing. This is where the non-fungible tokens come into play, where you can unlock the album when it's released. You can unlock these special bonus tracks you could set it up to where you can have top fans. So let's pretend here I just released an album. I'm going to sell it to my buddy Johnnie Johnson over here. And so what's going to happen is Johnnie J is going to go ahead and grab that thing and take a listen to it. Well, lo and behold, he downloads that thing, and there's 3 extra bonus tracks on there that not only does he get the 3 bonus tracks, but let's just say I'm going to be playing a venue. You'd have access to a free ticket to get in. These are kind of like the barcodes that you can put onto your CDs back in the day, or your cassette tapes back in the day. But what makes them unique is the fact that you can set them up to unlock, like I say, bonus tracks, unlock other benefits, such as, like I said, letting you into a free concert. With the COVID, that kind of thing stuff going on nowadays, why it's a lot easier to track that kind of stuff, because a lot of musicians are doing virtual concerts these days. So it's a very interesting and fun time to be alive. You don't have to be young or old or any of that. All you got to do is just have a fan base, and you can build that fan base rather quickly through the use of social media.
Yeah. Also, they were talking about something, and I'm not sure if it's part of a Spotify for artists, or what's that other one what's that other one? It's not Spotify. It's another streaming service. I think it's exclusive, where they have to invite you to come in. Right now I can't remember the name, but one of the services, if it's not Spotify, they allow you to tag your voice on the end of the song and say, "Hey, click on this," and whenever if I'm in your town, you could buy a ticket for my concert or something to that effect. Just click here. So I don't know if it's one of those things where it goes whenever a person clicks on it from that city or state, that you can make the recording and adjust it where it only plays, like if you're going to be going to California. But
yes, you're absolutely right. That's the very technology that makes that work.
And like I said, I can't remember I don't know if I know they talked about Spotify, so I don't know if that feature is in Spotify or the other one, and I can't remember the name of it. It's not Apple streaming, not Amazon streaming. It's another one that is almost like a radio station where they have a playlist, and it is like a radio station, and you only played unless they invite you to be on, and the way they invite you is like you send out a request to be on there, and they look at how engaged you are with your social media. This is what they said as well. So they say they'll go and look at your social media, and they said that if only like 3 people are engaging, they're thinking like, are the rest of those people on your social media, like the 60,000 people, are they just bots? Are they real, or are they just bots? And I thought about
that's a good point too, and that's what
Yeah.
these non-fungible tokens do to get around the botting and that type of thing, because a bot can't do the same things that a human being can do. They cannot interact in the way that a human can interact with the social media. So it is kind of cool that there's a way to distinguish and separate a bot from an actual true fan.
And I do understand that, they, if you say you got 60,000 fans, and the numbers there, but only 3 people are interacting with you, you sort of want to. And what I was going to say as well, and we may switch the service. I mean, we're right now we're using Spatial, but I asked them. I see that there's 100 people listening, and I said, but it doesn't tell me where they're from, any demographics. And I told them, I said I would pay to get that demographics, and I think they said they're not able to do that yet, show the demographics. And I'm thinking like, what?
Oh, that's interesting that the metadata for that is not something they can pull, huh?
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, well, maybe I heard them wrong. Maybe I didn't ask the question right. Now I'm down on, because I said,
right,
how can you show me that there's 100 people listening, but you can't tell me
where they're
any
coming from.
any analytics on these people, and
Right.
I can't even pay for that. So we now I know live 365, they're very accessible, but they drop in these commercials like like unlike this one here, that they don't drop in any commercials. I mean, you just totally, once you bought that segment for a month, no commercials. But Live 365, they do put commercials in there, and I have tried them before, so I'm going to ask them, because also this is what I found out yesterday. a couple of days ago. I don't know if I told you this. I mean, my mind is gone so many places.
Oh, I understand.
That on 365 they have a deal with BMI, ASCAP, and the other company that collects royalties, where you could that's why you could play any music you want because they cover the royalties. And so you don't have to pay anything extra. So I mean, I don't know. Have you ever used 365 or ever looked into it?
I have not. I am, I'm learning all this new technology as we go.
Yeah.
Simply because, man, I'm from the old school, and I dropped out of the music business back in 93, 94. And so I went back to school and I did some other things, and my life went another direction. I got family and had a couple of kids, got married, got a divorce, and so yeah, here I am.
Yeah. So and I used to work for a station that that the guy he would be able to see, like, oh, France is saying hello, and or this European country, or people in Colorado, they're saying hello, and I'm thinking like, I probably should have asked him, like, I don't know if I could call him and find out, but the thing I like about this one, the SoundCloud, is my computer doesn't have to be on for the station to be running.
Right.
So if emergency happens, I can go online and fix it, but it won't be because the computer shut off or the power went off or something like that. So I might send him another email. Wait a minute, you know what? Wait a minute. Just for it's 22 minutes left. Shall we? Oh man, I'm almost tempted to go do a search on oh well. I'm almost tempted to do a search on stations that will give you analytics.
Yeah,
because
understand.
as I think about that, I really want to know that information. I put up with just seeing 100 people, but I want to know if those people are real. And maybe that's my what they call not it's not being tainted. What is that called? Jagged. What's the word called when you don't take stuff on face value? You got to have proof. Maybe I'm not a believer in just trusting that those are real people.
Whereas I have no doubt that they're real people. I'm right with you. I think that the analytics are very important because this way you'll know which target audience to market to. So, for instance,
Yes.
if we want to do a political show, we want to hit what just happened last night, let's say, with President Biden's joint address to the Congress. So if we wanted to talk about that, why we would need to have the analytics shown to us of where people might be listening in that particular area. That way we could target them, target that demographic with programming content that is especially tailored to their wants or their needs. So that aggregate data, that those analytics are very important.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, because the reason I went over here to this one was because it's the cloud based, but I think 365 is cloud based too. I'm starting to think about this now. It's like if they're gonna offer me, I'm gonna ask SoundCloud one more time. And like I said, even if I have to pay like $10 more, whatever, it'd be worth it to me to have that information. And if they say, well, we haven't did that yet, I'll move to one that is accessible for you and for me and for the other DJs. But that is important as you're doing your show. You can say, hey, a shout out to people in Venezuela who's listening to the show, and that is fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's what prompted me to go back to school, Johnny. To be honest with you, everything is going to be set up in cloud-based systems where nobody really has to worry about storage and or emergency situations where they got to power down their computer. So I'll be in 3 years, which that's 3 years from now, I'll at least have the knowledge to set up a cloud-based system. And it would be a really, really fat thing, really neat thing for Innervisionfm.com to have their own cloud-based broadcasting system.
And I bet we'll be able to see where people are coming in from, get the IP address or whatever that technology that says that they're coming from this place or that place. I bet that will show up.
That's absolutely right. That's, man, I'm a dreamer, Johnny. I'm a dream baker. I sit there and this would be a great idea. And sometimes I'll start following through, and then sometimes I'll drop the ball. But I ain't going to drop the ball on this one because this is our future. This is the way that things are going to go. And, look, I might have 20, 30 years left, might have 40, who knows, might have 20 minutes left. But with all that time that I do have left, see, I've done everything I've ever wanted to do in my life. All the rest of this is gravy. So I want to help other up and coming musicians, recording artists get noticed, because for me, I'm old. I don't care about fame. I don't care about fortune. But what I do care about is humanity, and I do care about people, and I do want to see other people succeed.
Yeah. Hey, I want to let people know that you can support our radio show here. You can go to paypal.me/InnervisionDenver. And also my book is out there, 6 Shades of Blindness. And soon I'm gonna have the movie out there too. I'm gonna add some things to it because we have an old phone number on the movie that doesn't exist. When I was updating my DUNS number for my government to apply for government grants or whatever.
Right.
I saw that my friend's number was there, and that was suspended like 2008. Well, it wasn't suspended. We let it run out in 2008. So I called it up to see if it was still my partner's number. Right. And it wasn't his number. So I said, okay, we got to delete that one. So he still has the same cell phone. So it's like, so things are moving along, ladies and gentlemen, and we want everybody to have a fantastic weekend. Next week, I'm just going to be doing like the one Monday show, and then you can catch Alec on our Innervision FM, and then I might just have you if you want to do like the Facebook Live and whatever during your show. I'll give you the login credentials for that, so you can hook that up if you want to as well.
All right.
So anyway, so that's it for tonight. And my daughters, I'm sorry, we didn't talk about relationships.
Yeah, we'll get to relationships. They're very important, especially in the music business. But yeah, they're definitely important anywhere and everywhere you go.
Yeah, this is true. All right. God bless.